Hello, everybody. I'm Gazette Executive Editor Zack Kucharski. I'm here with Secretary of State Paul Pate. It's Election Day, about 3 o'clock. And so, Secretary Pate, I'm curious what you're seeing across the state. Obviously, we see heavy turnout in our area, but what are you seeing at polling places around the state?
Well, it's definitely a record breaker. We've got over 1,065,000 absentee requests went out, and of those, we almost we're close to 1 million of them back already. And the voting started at 7 this morning, and the lines haven't stopped. I mean, typically you have peaks and valleys, early in the morning, lunchtime, etc. People they come out hard to vote. But today it's been steady all day. Good weather, I guess, is part of it, but I also just think that we sense this. And, we're seeing I believe, some records being set.
Are you surprised with, obviously COVID, and there were a number of precautions taken with that. Are you hearing much feedback about concerns about, conditions at polling places?
No, I think Iowans get it. We went through this in the June primary, so we got a good dry run, if you will. And people have had a chance to get more acquainted with how to protect themselves, how to deal with the COVID situation. They know that we've done all the precautions we can at the polling site. We're doing the prep, making sure the voting equipment is clean between voters, masks, face shields, hand sanitizer, safe distancing, all the protocols we can put out there. So I think those are all the measures that make people feel good about going out and voting. We have curbside voting. All these is a combination. But I think also COVID brought about a different maybe attitude about elections, because we've been isolating ourselves. We don't have a lot of social opportunities, and we don't have a lot of distractions other than what's going on in our elections arena. So I think they're more focused than maybe your typical election. So they're definitely getting into the weeds more. The questions we get, and you may see it too, are much more detailed. And it's not about just what day do I go vote? They want to know, tell me what precautions you're taking. How was my ballot handled? How do I know we received it? And those are all fair questions, and we're glad we can answer them.
Mm-hmm. Now, with so many early ballots coming back, you've extended special hours for some of the counting and other mechanisms to take place. How are those going? Do you expect the counties to keep up with counting?
Yes, most certainly. The reports are already coming in. Polk County had all their absentees counted yesterday, and that was like over 134,000. Scott County has theirs done. That was like 64,000. Blackhawk County had all theirs done. That's 40,000. So these counties are done. Most of the counties who've been reporting in and talking with us all have got theirs counted. So again, with the extensions we were giving them, more than accommodated what they had for needs for time.
What do you expect tonight with the counting? Obviously, people are interested in the results. What's a realistic time in terms of what you're expecting tonight?
Well, we're going to shoot for the magic 10 o'clock hour, somewhere between 10 and 10:30. We'll have those preliminary numbers coming out. Again, we've got to give the counties sufficient time to check their numbers, maybe double check them, maybe even triple check them before they send those off to our office. And we have post-election audits, of course, that will happen after this. And we have some canvassing before all these formal results will be out. But tonight, Iowans should have a good feeling for how they chose, who they chose to vote for, and what the election results in this state. I'm very comfortable with that.
Okay, and then with poll watching and security at the polls, that's also been a question. Have there been any concerns or any issues brought to your attention at this point?
It's gone really smoothly. Now, anytime you have an election as big as this, you're talking over 10,000 poll workers across the state, 1,200 plus precincts that are being staffed and manned. There might be a few hiccups here or there, but the auditors have been quick to deal with those and get them corrected. So there's nothing major out there at all. So I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing and hearing. And if people have something they're concerned about, they shouldn't be shy about bringing it to our attention, because we want to make sure they have the total confidence in the system. That's the goal. Tomorrow morning or tonight, whenever you look at these results, we want you to have the confidence in going, yep, I believe that. That's how the vote was in Iowa. And whether your candidate won or lost, you need to know that these are the legitimate and they are the ones who won.
Now, do you expect any challenges? Obviously, there have been some challenges with some of the absentee ballots early on. Have you been made aware of any potential for challenges at this point?
I'm not personally aware of anything like that. My job clearly is to get us through tonight. And we're following the procedures and the letter of the law, and we've got good people doing it. And I think we have good partnerships with the county auditors, our office. We partnered with a lot of the pros when it comes to cybersecurity on the Homeland Security and the FBI. So that A team, if you will, I think is giving Iowans the kind of results they're going to want on the integrity of the elections.
Well, excellent. Well, I promised I would be brief with my questions, and I want to adhere to that. So I appreciate you taking time with us this afternoon.
I would put one plug in if I could. Is that
Absolutely.
Catching this? Those of you still wanting to vote today, again, I want to remind you, polls close at 9, and check your precinct location at voterready.iowa.gov, voterready.iowa.gov. We want to make sure you're successful and allow a little extra time if you would, and bring your ID with you and you'll be successful.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Secretary Pate.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.